Hello everyone, and welcome back to another video, and today I get to talk about my experience of Fayetteville Comic Con. That was just this past weekend, and I had to get back into the work schedule, the work loop, and now I'm here sitting down and I'm going to tell you guys about this convention. Now, it was a mission to get to this convention because, as some of you guys may know, last weekend we got hit with Hurricane Matthew, and that caused a lot of flooding damage. So going from Wilmington to Fayetteville was quite a journey. There was a lot of roadblocks, a lot of detours, and at one point I was just like, I don't even think I'm gonna be able to make it to the convention. It was getting so bad, but I made it. And I was there with my girlfriend, Jamie. It was her first convention she's ever been to, and I think you guys can agree that there's just something special when you're hanging out with somebody and they've never been to a convention. You take it and you see the sparkle in their eyes like a kid in a candy store, and she had a great time. I also got to run into a fellow YouTuber from North Carolina, Sean Long from RGT85. And I've been doing YouTube now for a couple years. But I can say one thing that never gets old, and that is actually meeting fellow content creators, especially content creators that you enjoy watching, that give you entertainment, and just meeting them in person and getting to hang out. And we hung out the whole convention, and it was funny because it was the first time we met face to face, but other than like talking online and stuff, it felt like I've known them for years. It just didn't feel awkward or anything like that, and it shows you the power of YouTube. So I hung out with Sean, and he had his panel, which is a fantastic video game panel. I'm going to definitely leave a link on the description below, because he did upload the panel, and it was really good. He covered everything from the retro collecting scene to virtual reality to NX rumors to being in the industry, stuff like that he does with NintendoEnthusiast.com. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed hanging out with him, and I did get a couple things. But before I get into that, I do want to give a big shout out as well to some of the cosplayers. There were so many great cosplayers, and I wish I could have got some more pictures of them, but it was just so pandemonium, man. It was so much stuff going on, and I just couldn't believe it. I know my friend Nick and Candace, they run AFK Cosplay. They had a booth there, and Nick had his Shadow of the Colossus cosplay that he wore in Amazement last year. He had it up on display, and man, just seeing that in person, because I missed it last year, and just seeing it in person, it was just ginormous. It was so freaking awesome. Now, of course, I did get some stuff at the convention. I bought some things, and surprisingly, I bought some video games. I was telling myself I wasn't planning on buying any video games. Mostly when I go to conventions, I stick to a lot of arts and crafts, stuff that I can't really pay for online. And, I like to support the local scene. And that's the first thing I want to show you guys, this awesome painting. This artist was just phenomenal and so humble too. He's based out of Charlotte, and he did this Joker, Cesar Romero Joker, which you don't see that often. You usually see like Jack Nicholson or Heath Ledger Joker. You don't see the good old 60s campy Cesar Romero Joker, and I'm going to give this guy a shout out. It's from allcitystudios.com. His name's John Hairston Jr., and I'm going to leave a link to his website. You guys can check out more artwork. Jamie bought a couple of different prints from like Edward Scissorhands to Rocky Horror Picture Show and Boba Fett. He just has such an interesting style of doing these paintings, and I had to get it. It was so awesome. And the fact that he was very humble. He sat there and talked to us for a while. I know he was talking to other fellow artists that were trying to get into it. He was talking to a younger kid and giving him his information, helping him out, and that really says a lot about an artist. He wasn't there just to sell things. He was there to share his gift, and I thought that was kind of cool. Now, I did meet a couple celebrities. I met the Marvel artist for X-Men Zombies, or I'm sorry, Marvel Zombies, and he also did the artwork for the Misfits Devil's Reign. And he was a really cool guy, man. I took a picture with him. He was selling prints, but it was nice. He was selling the prints, and you could buy them. He would sign it and give it a little like stamp of authenticity and stuff like that. That was really cool. But I did meet a Power Ranger. I met Rocky, the second Red Ranger. I met him. He was really cool. Didn't get a chance to talk to him a whole lot, but you know, we gave the little fist pump, and he signed it for me. And I really wish I could have got a picture with him, but unfortunately I couldn't. But it was still very surreal to meet somebody that you grew up with. You know, I remember being a wee little lad watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and you know, I will admit I was kind of pissed off when he replaced Jason. You know, Jason was like my favorite Ranger, and when Rocky came in, I'm like, who's this guy? So the whole time I was talking to him, I was like thinking about that. I'm like, years gone by. But I did get some video games. I got these two games from a video game booth, Second Players, and I'll definitely give those guys a big shout out. I didn't get a chance to catch where they were from. I mean, obviously they're from North Carolina, but I'm not sure exactly where. But they had a lot of reproduction carts. A lot of reproduction carts at pretty good prices. So I did get this reproduction of Kid Dracula. Obviously it's a reproduction, it's a red cart. But, I mean, I love Castlevania. And this is a Castlevania spin-off game I don't have in my collection, so I had to get it. I mean, me and Sean saw this, and Sean was like, oh, you gotta get this. I'm like, yeah, I gotta get it. So I got Kid Dracula, freaking excellent game. Also, Phalanx, if I'm saying that right. This is a very interesting shooter on the Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo doesn't have that many shooters, so when they do have them, you definitely want to pick them up. I always thought the art to this game, the cover looked kind of weird. It was like a guy playing a banjo with a spaceship going over, but I got this for 13 bucks, and it belonged to Mike Sterling before it was mine. So thank you, Mike, for letting me get this game. And of course, the last two games I definitely wanted to show you guys that I picked up was from Game Giant. Now, this is a local retro video game store here in town. I'm good friends with the guys that work there, and I knew, even though I go in that store often, I knew they were going to have some stuff that was just for the convention, and of course they had me with Sega Master System. I'm pretty good with retro collecting now. I got pretty much the games that I want, other than some selective titles, but whenever I see like a Sega Master System game, especially complete, I have to have it. So they hooked me up with a really good deal. I got Rastan. I haven't played the Sega Master System version. I used to love playing the arcade version though. What's really funny is the sequels to Rastan aren't as good, but the first one is just so much fun. And of course, when I saw this, I had to get it. Alter Beast. Now, I have Alter Beast on the Sega Genesis. I know the Sega Master System version isn't as good, but when you see a complete in-box Sega Master System of Alter Beast, you gotta kind of get it. I mean, the same reason why I got Michael Jackson's Moonwalker on the Sega Master System. I saw it complete, I had to get it. So, actually that was a gift. I got that from my friend Altana. But, yeah, I just love the Master System. I think the system has so much charm to it. I didn't grow up playing it, so a lot of these games still feel new to me. So, yeah, guys, that is my little look back on Fayetteville Comic Con. I definitely want to thank everyone who, you know, stopped by and say hey. I did run into some people that watched the channel and listened to the podcast, and that was a lot of fun. I ran into one of my friends, Jason. I ran into him and talked to him for a while. But yeah, I'm looking forward to next year's Comic Con. I'm definitely going to try to go again. And of course, the next convention I'm going to be planning going to is going to be in Raleigh, and that's Animazement. And that's going to be all the way in May. So gotta start saving money. But anyway, guys, definitely check out Sean Long's panel. Like I said, I'll have a link on the description below to that video, and also check out some of the other links to some of the local artists that I met. And yeah, freaking loved Fayetteville Comic Con. I'm still a little tired, but it was a lot of fun. Anyway, guys, as always, thanks for watching and subscribing, and as always, happy gaming.
Can't get enough of Access Gaming Podcast? Be sure to check out our audio podcast on Podomatic.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. And if you have a YouTube channel or podcast you'd like to share, be sure to check us out on Facebook on our group page and join the community. As always, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and happy gaming.